Hello and very welcome everyone to this session of the current affairs. Today we are going to learn the current affairs of 21st January 2025. And let's just start and see what are the things we can learn, what other things happen in India and all around the world that we can note down in our notebooks and that will help us in our upcoming exams. So let's see what we can learn. Before we start, the images used in our slide deck are for educational purpose only. We respect the intellectual property rights of the original creators and owners of these images. If you are the owner of any of the images used in this deck and have any concerns or issues, please contact us at sathee@iitk.ac.in and we shall remove the images. So first we have an international news. Let's read what it is all about. So Donald Trump sworn in as the 47th president of the United States of America. So let's read more about him, that how he has become the president and what are the things we can expect from his appointment. So Donald Trump was sworn in as the 47th president of the United States on 20th January 2025. The inauguration took place indoors at the Capitol Rotunda due to extreme cold, as the conditions of the weather was not good. So this time the oath ceremony took place inside the Capitol Rotunda due to extreme cold. And he has become the 47th president. Do remember that he was the 45th president also before Joe Biden became the president in 2020. And now again in 2024, when the elections were conducted, basically, he became the president and he will remain till the end of 2028. The next president will come in 2029. And do remember that the president of USA can only be appointed twice, not more than that. So this will be the last term of Donald Trump as the president of USA. Trump's return to the White House marks one of the most extraordinary political comebacks in American history. At 78 years old, Trump replaces Joe Biden as the oldest president to take the oath of office. So here you can see Donald Trump, he is taking the oath. Alongside him, you can see his wife is present there, and some other people were also present. Some senates and other members of the Capitol of the Congress were also present. Apart from that, a lot of entrepreneurs and businessmen like Mr. Elon Musk was also present during the oath ceremony. From India's side, the representative that went for this oath ceremony was Mr. S. Jaishankar, the External Affairs Minister of our country. Another international news. Russia and Iran forge comprehensive strategic partnership. So on 17 January 2025, Russian President Vladimir Putin and Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian signed a 20-year treaty. The treaty is called a Comprehensive Strategic Partnership Treaty. It aims to bolster bilateral relations across various sectors. The signing took place in Moscow. So here you can see that Iran and Russia have forged a comprehensive strategic partnership. There, the Russian President, Mr. Vladimir Putin, and Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian was present, and they have signed a 20-year treaty. This is basically a strategic partnership treaty, and a lot of sectors are completed or particularly done or acknowledged by both the presidents of Iran and Russia. If we talk about Iran, so Iran has a presence in the areas like Persian Gulf, and that would be a very good benefit for Russia, as Russia is particularly also putting a lot of pressure on Ukraine and creating a lot of friendship and strategic partnership with the countries alongside Caspian Sea also. So that would be beneficial for Russia as well. So do remember, Russia and Iran forge a comprehensive strategic partnership. Another international news. China unveils world's longest tunnel, enhances BRI connectivity. So, world's longest tunnel is particularly is unveiled by China. Let's read more about it and how it is helping the BRI connectivity. Let's read. So China has completed the construction of the Tianshan Shangle Tunnel. This tunnel is the world's longest expressway tunnel. It marks a significant advancement in infrastructure development. The tunnel enhances connectivity within the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region. So here you can see this is the particular tunnel. The construction has been completed. Do remember that the construction is completed, and once it is done, it is completed completely and open for the people as well. It will be the world's longest tunnel that is built by China. China is also working a lot in different type of sectors also. Like recently, China has also unveiled the future project of creating the largest dam on the river, that is basically the Brahmaputra when it flows in Tibet. So on the Sangpo river, basically we can call that. So on Sangpo river, they will be particularly China will be creating the largest dam. Already they have the largest dam itself in their own country, but they will be creating the largest dam once again on the Sangpo river, that is basically known as the Brahmaputra in India. And on the other side, here you can see China also unveils world's longest tunnel, and that is basically known as Tian Shan Shangli Tunnel. Shangli Tunnel. And do remember in last sessions we also discussed about that how China is also helping Pakistan. That Pakistan's Earth Observatory satellite, that is basically based on electrospectrum observing, was also recently launched by China from their launch pad. So China is basically working and completed the longest tunnel in the world, that is the Tian Shan Shangli Tunnel. Another news that we have is India's coffee journey from roots to global reach, world's 7th largest coffee producer. So let's read about that how has India become the 7th largest coffee producer, and let's read more about it. So India has become the world's 7th largest coffee producer. I would like to add one point here. To remember that in terms of area also, if we talk about, so physical presence of India in terms of area, India is the 7th largest country in the world. Do remember that. And now India has also become the world's 7th largest coffee producer. Exports reached $1.29 billion in the fiscal year 2023-2024. So we can see that we have created a large amount of exports of coffee, and that is sum up to $1.29 billion. And that is why we are saying that we are the 7th largest coffee producer. This is nearly double the $719.42 million recorded in 2020 to 2021. The growth highlights India's significant presence in the global coffee market. So if I would like to add some points here, then coffee is basically a type of a crop, or you can say a beverage, that is basically comes out of in those countries which have tropical regions. In India also, if you go towards Karnataka, Tamil Nadu and Kerala, then majorly in Karnataka and Kerala, you will find a lot of coffee production happens in Karnataka and Kerala only. And in terms of large number of producers, so in that category, Brazil, Vietnam, and all these countries that are existing in the equatorial region are the largest producer of coffee in the world. And currently India is one of the largest exporter, as we can see that India has become the 7th largest coffee producer, and exports reached $1.29 billion in the fiscal year 2023-2024. So do remember the position of India in terms of coffee production. Another news coming from the nation, let's read. ISKCON and Adani Group collaborate to serve meals at Mahakumbh Mela. Um, as soon as the name come ISKCON, I remember that recently the second largest temple of ISKCON temples was inaugurated by Mr. Narendra Modi in Navi Mumbai. I hope you remember that as well. And now ISKCON and Adani Group collaborate to serve meals at Mahakumbh Mela. So the Mahakumbh Mela has seen a collaboration between ISKCON and the Adani Group. This partnership has enhanced food distribution services at the event. Nearly 1 lakh people are provided with nutritious meals daily during the 45-day gathering. The collaboration ensures efficient and large-scale meal distribution. So here you can see ISKCON and Adani Group collaborate to serve meals at Mahakumbh Mela. And Mahakumbh basically is the Kumbh that is going on in Uttar Pradesh in Prayagraj. It will be happening in January and February. And do remember, this is the one kind of Mahakumbh that is happening after 144 years, after completing 12 Kumbhs of 12 years gaps, then only comes the Mahakumbh. And apart from that, do remember one more thing, that recently a temporary district was declared in Mahakumbh, or the Mahakumbh area was basically declared as a temporary district in Uttar Pradesh. And recently, RSS also started a campaign in the Mahakumbh area, that is basically one bag and one plate type of campaign to protect the environment. Apart from that, Mahamrityunjay Yantra was also, I hope you remember, Mahamrityunjay Yantra was also installed in Prayagraj in this Mahakumbh. And now ISKCON and Adani Group collaborate to serve meals at the Mahakumbh Mela. Another state news we have: Manipur, Meghalaya, and Tripura celebrate Statehood Day 2025. So let's read more about it. So on January 21st, the northeastern states of Manipur, Meghalaya, and Tripura celebrate their Statehood Day. So do remember that 21st of January is the day that is famously known as the Statehood Day of Manipur, Meghalaya, and Tripura. I hope you know that these are the three states that are found in the northeastern states of India. And if we talk about these places, so Tripura was in news as well earlier, when the language of Tripura, they wanted their exams to be their exam paper to be taken in two languages basically. One is the Bengali and another one is the Koko language, that is basically the regional language of Tripura that they are asking for. So there was a kind of a dispute going on in Tripura, particularly these days. And apart from that, do remember now that 21st January is also known as Manipur, Meghalaya, and Tripura celebrate Statehood Day. This day marks the historic moment they attained full statehood under the Northeastern Region Reorganization Act of 1971. The celebration highlights their rich cultural heritage and vibrant history. The northeastern states are renowned for their unique culture, history, and natural beauty. So here you can see the Statehood Day of Tripura, Manipur, and Meghalaya are basically lies on 21st of January, and they were all reorganized in the year 1971. Another state news: Flamingo Festival 2025 concludes in Andhra Pradesh. The 3-day Flamingo Festival 2025 in Andhra Pradesh concluded on 20 January 2025. The event focused on protecting the rich biodiversity of Pulicat Lake and Nela Pattu Bird Sanctuary. It attracted numerous visitors, particularly bird watchers and photographers. Ministers Anam Rama Narayana Reddy and Anagani Satya Prasad participated in the closing ceremony. So do remember that Flamingo Festival 2025 concludes in Andhra Pradesh. If we talk about Andhra Pradesh, so Andhra Pradesh new capital is Amravati, and Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister is Mr. Chandrababu Naidu, and Mr. Pawan Kalyan is the Deputy CM of this state. And do remember that Flamingo Festival is particularly concluded in Andhra Pradesh in 2025. And basically, Pulicat Lake that you will find is a kind of a brackish water lake that you will find in Andhra Pradesh, and it is quite similar to the Chilka Lake that is found in Odisha. And it's famous for the migrant birds that are coming all around from all around the world. And basically, flamingo also comes in this category. So, Flamingo Festival celebrates in Andhra Pradesh every year. Banking and finance news we have. Indian economy projected to grow at 7% in financial year 25. Moody's revises forecast. So Moody's has downgraded India's economic growth forecast for the financial year 2024-2025 to 7%. This is down from the 8.2% growth recorded in the previous fiscal year. The revision reflects a combination of domestic and global economic slowdown. The revised forecast aligns with trends observed in the other major economic organizations. So if we talk about the economy, so recently we can see a lot of forecasts are coming from. Earlier we also see the forecast was coming from IMF. We see the forecast coming from World Bank. We saw the forecast was coming from FICCI and some other also rating agencies like Moody has also revised the economic growth of our country. They particularly earlier they said that it would be 8.2. Now they are saying it would be 7%. So majorly most of the things, most of the reports that are saying it would be somewhere around 6.5 to 7%. But if we talk about the financial year 26, so most of them are so much interested in saying that it would be stable in the next particular financial year. So do remember Indian economy projected to grow at 7%. Next is also from banking and finance. Mudra loans disbursal hits record 3.39 lakh crore in quarter 3 of financial year 25. So in quarter 3 financial year 2024-2025, the Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana disbursed 3.39 lakh crore in loans. This marks the highest quarterly disbursement since the scheme's inception in 2015. The significant uptick underscores the government's commitment to bolstering micro and small enterprises. The scheme continues to support the growth of small businesses across India. So Pradhan Mantri Mudra loans, basically let me tell you about it. So Mudra loans are specialized for small enterprises and micro small enterprises. There are different categories of loans that are given under this Mudra loans scheme. And basically they started in 2015 and now they are particularly hitting the records of giving 3.39 lakh crore in the quarter 3 of financial year 25. It clearly shows that how much small businesses are coming upwards in our country and how the micro and small enterprises are being uplifted. How this will help us is this will help us in two ways. It will help the growth of economy particularly and also in the terms of employment. So basically Mudra rolls disbursal hits records 3.39 lakh crore in the quarter 3. This is the report coming under the Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana. Banking and finance news. RBI constitutes new advisory committee for bank licensing. So on January 20, 2025, the RBI established a new standing external advisory committee, that is SCAC, for bank licensing. The committee will evaluate applications for universal banks and small finance banks. It is chaired by former RBI Deputy Governor M.K. Jain. The committee comprises 5 members. So do remember that the highest regulatory body of our country, that is RBI, is now particularly appointing a new advisory committee for the advice that they can provide to provide the bank license to the upcoming universal banks and small finance banks applications, to evaluate their applications. And it will be chaired by former RBI Deputy Governor, that was Mr. M.K. Jain. And do remember, the committee comprises of 5 members. Another banking and finance news we have. So RBI directs banks to use 161600XX number series for transaction calls. So this is basically a kind of a thing that is started by RBI, or the particular thing that is started so that the curbing of what should we say, the fraud calls can be done. So for that purpose, the RBI has particularly directed banks to use this number series for transactional calls. So the RBI has mandated banks to use the 1600XX number series for transactional calls. This move aims to combat financial fraud, as I was saying, and it is also very necessary for the citizens of our country that they should also know about this news, that particularly whenever or further any kind of call that would be coming from the banks, that would be coming from 1600 series. So all the students here, it is also your responsibility to tell to your parents and your relatives as well about this kind of thing, so that they would not get indulged into any kind of financial fraud. For promotional communications, the 140XX series should be employed. So do remember, for any kind of transactional call, they will be calling from 1600 series. And for any kind of promotional call, like if someday you will get a call from some bank that they are promoting their accounts and something else, they would be coming, that would be coming from 140XX. The directives enhances the security of digital transactions and protects customers from fraudulent activities. So again, a very good step to protect people from any kind of fraudulent financial frauds that could happen to them. So do remember, RBI direct banks to use 1600 series for transactional calls and 140XX series for promotional communication. Another defense news. INS Mumbai joins La Perouse 2025. So the Indian Navy's guided missile destroyer INS Mumbai is participating in La Perouse 2025. This is the 4th edition of the multinational exercise. The exercise commenced on 16 January 2025. It involves 9 nations and is conducted in the strategic waterways of the Malacca, Sunda and Lombok Straits. So do remember that a multinational exercise, 4th edition of multinational exercise is going on, that is La Perouse. So do remember, it is a multinational exercise and it is not a kind of a biennial exercise that you would be asking that with which country they are doing this exercise. So it is a multinational exercise, a lot of countries are participating. India sent the Indian Navy's guided missile destroyer, that is INS Mumbai, and total 9 nations will be there, and it will be conducted in Malacca, Sunda and Lombok Strait. If you know Malacca Strait is the longest strait in the world, and you can find this strait in between the Malaya Peninsula, or you can say Malaysia, and on the other side you will find the Sumatra Island, that is the Indonesia. So basically you can say that Malacca Strait is between the Malaysia and Indonesia. On the other side, Sunda and Lombok Straits are further in this particular category. Sunda also basically, with the name of Sunda, we also have a trench that is called Sunda Trench and also called the Java Trench, and this is the deepest trench of Indian Ocean. Do remember that. Science and technology, some news we have. GOI, that is Government of India, launches Entity Locker for efficient business document management. So the government has introduced a new digital platform called Entity Locker. This platform builds on the success of DigiLocker. It aims to streamline the management and verification of business and organizational documents. The initiative ensures a more efficient and secure digital governance system. So do remember, Entity Locker is basically a type of system started by Government of India, a new digital platform, and it will be helping the management and verification of business and organizational documents. So I hope you remember there was also an application called DigiLocker. DigiLocker was helpful for all the people that they can get save their documents, their government documents, and other important things into that. So similar way, now the Government of India has launched the Entity Locker, and this is not for all. This is for the purpose of particularly putting all the type of business documents and organizational documents in a secure and efficient way. Another science and tech news we have inauguration of Eastern India's first astronomical observatory. The Department of Science and Technology has inaugurated the first astronomical observatory in Eastern India. It is located atop Panchet Hill in the Garpan Chukot area of Purulia district, West Bengal. This marks an important milestone in the advancement of astronomical research in India. It is the sixth astronomical observatory in the country, following others in Ladakh, Nainital, Mount Abu, Pune, and Kavlur. So do remember, this is the sixth astronomical observatory. Observatories are basically that will help us in understanding the universe, in understanding and researching the different type of celestial bodies. For that purpose, these observatory help us. And today we have total 6 number of astronomical observatory, and first in the Eastern India's side. And total observatories we have 6. The other 5 are in Ladakh, Nainital, Mount Abu, Pune, and Kavlur. So here's an example of astronomical observatory. Do remember that most of the observatories that you will find are on the hilly areas only, because if ever you whenever you will be able to go to hilly areas, you will find that at night, when the whole town sleeps and all the lights are shut down, the sky will become more dark, and it is easy to observe the celestial bodies in that kind of environment. Another appointment and resignation, guys. Ambarish Kenge appointed Group CEO of Angel One effective March 2025. So Angel One has announced the appointment of Ambarish Kenge as its Group CEO. Sorry for my pronunciation if it is wrong. The appointment is effective from March 2025. Kenge brings a wealth of experience in fintech, technology, and e-commerce. He is set to guide Angel One through a period of growing competition and rapid transformation. So, Angel One, I hope you must have heard about this particular finance sector, the fintech and investors, Angel One investors. It is very famous with that name. So they have appointed the new CEO, Group CEO of Angel One, that is Ambarish Kenge. Do remember his name. Another appointment and resignation. Sanjeev Ranjan appointed as the Secretary General of Indian Ocean Rim Association. So on 30th December 2024, the Ministry of External Affairs announced Sanjeev Ranjan appointment. He will be the next Secretary General of the Indian Ocean Rim Association. Ranjan is a seasoned diplomat from 1993 batch of the Indian Foreign Service. He is set to assume his new role shortly. So do remember that Indian Ocean Rim Association Secretary General will now be Sanjeev Ranjan, and his appointment has been done by the Ministry of External Affairs. He was the 1993 batch of IFS officer, that is Indian Foreign Service, and he will be shortly coming to this position. Now let's do some questions. So first question we have: when was Donald Trump sworn in as the 47th President of the United States? Options are January 20, 2021, January 20, 2023, January 20, 2025, January 20, 2027. And the answer for this question will be answer C. Donald Trump was sworn in as the 47th President of the United States on 20th January 2025. This event marked his return to the White House and was notable for being held indoors at the Capitol Rotunda due to extreme cold. So do remember the name Donald Trump, and he was also earlier the 45th President of the USA. Another question: when and where did the signing of the Comprehensive Strategic Partnership Treaty between Russia and Iran take place? So answer options we have January 17, 2025 in Tehran, 17 January 2025 in Moscow, 18 January 2025 in Moscow, 18 January 2025 in Tehran. And answer will be B option. The Comprehensive Strategic Partnership Treaty between Russia and Iran was signed on 17 January 2025 in Moscow by Russian President Vladimir Putin and Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian. So do remember the partnership between these two presidents. Do remember the name of the Iranian president, that is Masoud Pezeshkian. And this treaty was basically signed in Moscow. That is the capital of Russia. Another question: what is the significance of the Tianshan Shengli Tunnel recently completed by China? Options are: it is the world's longest railway tunnel, it is the world's longest expressway tunnel, it is the world's longest underwater tunnel, it is the world's longest pedestrian tunnel. And answer will be B. The Tianshan Shengli Tunnel, recently completed by China, is the world's longest expressway tunnel. Remember that. This construction marks a significant advancement in infrastructure development and enhances connectivity within the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region. Another question: what was the value of India's coffee exports in the fiscal year 2023-2024? Options are $719.42 million, $1.29 billion, $500 million, $2 billion. And I hope you remember we discussed about that how the coffee is produced in which part of our country. And the answer is B option. India's coffee exports reached $1.29 billion in the fiscal year 2023-2024, which is nearly double the $719.42 million recorded in 2020-2021. This significant increase highlights India's growing presence in the global coffee market. So answer is B. Another question: which two organizations collaborated to serve meals at the Mahakumbh Mela? Very good question, and we discussed it in details, and I also told you more about the Mahakumbh that is going on and lot of informations I have given you. First of all, do this question. Options are ISKCON and Tata Group, ISKCON and Adani Group, Adani Group and Reliance Industries, Tata Group and Reliance Industries. And the answer will be B option. The text states that ISKCON and the Adani Group collaborated to enhance food distribution services at the Mahakumbh Mela, providing nearly 1 lakh people with nutritious meals daily during the 45-day gathering. Another question. When do the northeastern states of Manipur, Meghalaya and Tripura celebrate their statehood day? Options are January 1st, January 21st, February 21st, March 21st. And the answer will be B. Manipur, Meghalaya and Tripura celebrate their statehood day on 21st January. This day marks the historic moment they attained full statehood under the Northeastern Region Reorganization Act of 1971. Another question we have. When did the Flamingo Festival 2025 in Andhra Pradesh conclude? Options are 18 January 2025, 19 January 2025, 20th January 2025, 21st January 2025. Answer is C. The Flamingo Festival 2025 in Andhra Pradesh concluded on 20th January 2025 after a 3-day event focused on protecting the rich biodiversity of Pulicat Lake and Nelapattu Bird Sanctuary. So do remember, Flamingo Festival concluded in Andhra Pradesh. Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister is Mr. Chandrababu Naidu. Another one. What is the revised economic growth forecast for India in financial year 2024 to 2025 according to Moody's? Options are 6.5%, 7%, 7.5%, or 8.2%. And the answer will be, answer is B. Moody has downgraded India's economic growth forecast for financial year 2024-2025 to 7%, which is a reduction from the 8.2% growth recorded in the previous fiscal year. This revision is due to a combination of domestic and global economic slowdown and aligns with trends observed in other major economic organizations. So do remember, answer is B. Another one. What was the amount disbursed under the Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana in quarter 3 financial year 2024-2025? Options are 2.50 lakh crore, 3.00 lakh crore, 3.39 lakh crore, 4 lakh crore. And the answer will be, answer is C. In quarter 3 financial year 2024-2025, the Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana disbursed 3.39 lakh crore in loans, marking the highest quarterly disbursement since the scheme's inception in 2015. This significant uptick underscores the government's commitment to bolstering micro and small enterprises and supporting the growth of small business across India. So I hope you remember we discussed about all this Yojana and how this was started in 2015 earlier when we were discussing the current affairs. So do remember that total 3.39 lakh crore in loans have been given in the quarter 3 of financial year 2024-2025 according to the report of Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana started in 2015. Another one. Who is the chairperson of the new Standing External Advisory Committee established by the RBI on 20th January 2025? Very good question this is. Options are Shaktikant Das, Urjit Patel, Mr. M.K. Jain, or Raghuram Rajan. So I hope you remember we discussed that how many members were there. There were total 5 members comprising in this committee, and the chairman of this committee will be, answer is C. The new standing external advisory committee established by the RBI on 20th January 2025 is chaired by former RBI Deputy Governor M.K. Jain. The committee is responsible for evaluating applications for universal banks and small finance banks. Another one. What numbering series has the RBI mandated banks to use for transactional calls? Options are 140XX, 150XX, 1600, or 1700. And answer is C. So if we talk about the RBI, so RBI has mandated banks to use the 1600XX numbering series for transactional calls to combat financial fraud and enhance the security of digital transactions. For promotional communications, the 140 series should be employed. So to remember once again, for transactional calls, the number series is 1600, and for the promotional calls, the number series is 140. Another question we have: which Indian Navy ship is participating in La Perouse 2025? Options are INS Vikrant, INS Kolkata, INS Mumbai, or INS Chennai. And I hope you can get the answer of this question. The answer is C. The Indian Navy's guided missile destroyer INS Mumbai is participating in La Perouse 2025, which is the 4th edition of the multinational exercise. So do remember, answer is C. Another question we have for you: what is the purpose of the newly launched digital platform called Entity Locker by the government? Options are to enhance social media engagement, to streamline the management and verification of business and organizational documents, to provide online education resources, to facilitate online shopping. And the answer is B. The government has introduced Entity Locker to streamline the management and verification of business and organizational documents, ensuring a more efficient and secure digital governance system. This platform builds on the success of DigiLocker. The answer is B. Another question: where is the first astronomical observatory in eastern India located? Options are Ladakh, Nainital, Panchayat Hill, Purulia District, West Bengal, Mount Abu. And answer will be C. So the Department of Science and Technology has inaugurated the first astronomical observatory in eastern India, which is located atop Panchayat Hill in the Garpanchkot area of Purulia District, West Bengal. This observatory is the 6th in the country, following others in Ladakh, Nainital, Mount Abu, Pune, and Kavlur. So do remember one thing from this one also, that how many total astronomical observatory India has now is total 6, and this is the first eastern Indian side that the first indigenous observatory has been set up, and that is in Panchayat Hill in Purulia district. Another one: when will Ambrish Kenge's appointment as Group CEO of Angel One be effective? Options are January 2025, February 2025, March 2025, April 2025. And the answer is C. Amrish Kenge's appointment as Group CEO of Angel One is effective from March 2025, as stated in the announcement. So do remember that he has been appointed as the CEO of Angel One. Another one we have, who has been appointed as the next Secretary General of the Indian Ocean Rim Association. Options are Sanjeev Ranjan, S. Jaishankar, Harsh Vardhan Shringla, Vijay Gokhale. And the answer will be, answer is A. On 30th December 2024, the Ministry of External Affairs announced Sanjeev Ranjan's appointment as the next Secretary General of the Indian Ocean Rim Association. Ranjan is a seasoned diplomat from the 1993 batch of the Indian Foreign Service and is set to assume his new role shortly. So do remember that the name is Sanjeev Ranjan, and he has been appointed as the Secretary General of Indian Ocean Rim Association. And which ministry has appointed him? That is Ministry of External Affairs, as he was already the part of the Indian Foreign Service. And that's it in this session, guys. I hope you learned a lot of things with me in this session and gained great knowledge. I will meet you in the next session, in which we will discuss some more current affairs that will help us in knowing more about this world and in our country also. And that will help us in our upcoming exams and also give us an edge over the others in scoring more in that particular exam. So till the time we meet, bye bye. Take care, everyone, and see you soon.